Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. Let's have a look at the energies coming in. Energy update. All right. Oh, there's that King of Cups again. Yeah, this is someone who's been keeping it all in, a little overindulging. Yeah, this person's very much full of love. They're being cautious, careful what they wish for. But it is somebody here I feel has probably been a little overindulging here. But they keep all their emotions to themselves. See, they keep it all in. Yeah, so someone could be someone holding back. See, they're protecting their heart. This is someone keeping things close to their chest, protecting their heart. But it's somebody who can be a little bit stubborn. Could be someone who's been holding a bit of a grudge. It's saying to trust your intuition. See, this is someone who keeps it all in. Into me, I see. I think this person knows. Yeah, they know. I do think this is somebody here who's looking at this. Yeah, see, back on and off. Should I or shouldn't I? Shouldn't I or shouldn't I? See, they have to let go of that pentacle. But it's often someone comparing someone to someone else and nothing compares. See, into me I see. But I do think some of you know this is someone who's been procrastinating. Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, see, it's about partnering up, long-term stability. Yeah, this is somebody who wants a partner. They want something long-term. It's about stable. No, I don't know if this is somebody who maybe works on and off or what their situation is. Someone protecting their money. Yeah, but it has to do with should I or shouldn't I. Yeah, I don't know what this person's up to. They've been keeping it all in. Into me, I see. I feel like some of you already know the answers you're seeking here. Yeah, see, there's opportunity. It's someone who knows a good thing when they see it. Now, it could be someone who has other opportunities, but nothing compares. This person's been keeping this in, like holding on. It's somebody who doesn't want to let go. Yeah, but you can see, taking a little pause, looking at this from a different perspective, this is someone putting the shoe on the other foot. Little introspection. Someone hanging around. They're just hanging there. Like I say, a little pause. It's all about looking at things they're seeing things from a whole different perspective, but it's also about opinion. Yeah, see, it's all about opportunity. There's some procrastination. Should I or shouldn't I? Tell me about this King of Cups. Let me grab a smaller deck here so I can just see what's underneath. Tell me about the King of Cups. Yeah, it's all about justice and harmony. See, someone who's just right. Nothing compares. This person's quite particular. See, looking at things from a different perspective, this person may be feeling that they weren't being fair, or they just didn't put their best foot forward. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. Yeah, see, it's all about two people's opinions, perspective. This is someone keeping it all in. They've been keeping this all to themselves. But it has to do with being fair. It has to do with harmony, being fair, whether someone's right for someone or not. This person, nobody compares. I do think they have options and opportunities. Yeah, they often check out other people, but they're just, to me, it's just nothing compares. Tell me about the Hanged Man. Yeah, see, somebody who's younger, but it's here for a good time, not a long time. See, this is somebody here who's definitely has, see, even with somebody younger, nothing compares. But this is somebody who's taken a pause, and I feel like they're putting the shoe on the other foot, how you feel. And I feel we got two people doing that, possibly both. But it is an energy of, you know, someone checking someone out younger. But again, nothing compares. But it is an energy of someone focused on self. They have a tendency to be maybe a little self-absorbed, like it's all about me. And that's the energy of putting the shoe on the other foot. So it's just an energy. Yeah. I think you got a person who wants to reach out. And there's, like I say, it's someone who doesn't want to let go. And they have other options. But again, like I say, nothing compares. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. See, it's a cycle. Now, this could be someone who's had something on and off with someone. But to me, this is often a whole new cycle. Someone here needs to make a decision. This is someone who's probably loved somebody for a long time here, you know. But it's actually about looking at things from a different perspective. I mean, this could be someone who maybe, you know, didn't stick around, or someone who wasn't ready at some point. So it's someone who's, I feel, loved someone for a long time, maybe since they were young, but this is someone who wasn't ready. See, now it's all about perspective. Yeah, this is someone who's emotionally available. See, this is someone who wasn't ready. Yeah. Tell me about this King of Cups. This is someone who's loves, this is probably their younger self, where they weren't really ready. Or like I say, they've got checking out other people. But it is about being emotionally available. This is someone who very much is ruled by their emotions. Yeah. Yeah. So this is somebody here. See, here for a good time, not a long time. This is someone who feels, you know, something sketchy going on. I do think this is someone who's definitely dealing with someone, maybe on and off, but it's about trusting their intuition. This is someone who keeps thinking about another person. See, they've never really let go. They're holding on to something, maybe a little, it could be a bit of a grudge, but it's all about Seven of Swords. All isn't what it seems. See, it's someone who feels something sneaky's going on. You know, a little sketchy, but this has to do with insecurity. This is somebody who's deeply insecure. Someone who probably wasn't ready. I don't know what happened, but it's someone who's loved someone for a long time. I can see it. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. Yeah, someone who's curious. See, they have people curious about them, and I definitely feel that curiosity shining a light. This is someone who has opportunities, but nothing compares. Yeah, this is someone who's likely been single for a while. Yep, see, set in their ways. Yeah. And now I feel it's deep insecurities, emotional insecurities, and they're holding on to something that they need to let go of. Someone who's set in their ways. See, they're independent, they take care of themselves, but this is also a person I feel Tell me more about this King of Cups. Something about this person. See, putting the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels. See, this is an energy of somebody who was when they're young, here for a good time, not a long time. Now, it could have to do with insecurity or someone here being a player. But I mean, this is somebody who's emotionally available, mature, so it's just all about looking at things from a different perspective. See, they keep it all in. Cautious, careful what they wish for, but it is insecurity. Yeah, look at that. It's an energy of change. Something changed this person here, probably forever, but this is a whole new chapter. So it's an energy of someone, you know, feeling here for a good time, not a long time. Maybe it's time to move on. But it is someone here, and I do think this is someone who realizes they need to change. Something needs to change. Because they are set in their ways. This is someone set in their ways. But you can see there's people curious. They're curious about others, but no one compares. They know a good thing when they see it, but it's about opportunity. See, they need to lay the foundation. They need it. This is someone who's been holding a grudge or keeping, you know, protecting themselves, their heart. See, they need to take off that pentacle. They need to change. Yeah. I don't know if this is so much about a player. All isn't what it seems because it has to do with looking at things from a different perspective. This could be somebody here like their younger self. I almost feel like that. Somebody who's loved someone a long time, but they've always been very insecure. But it is about change. This person knows they need to change. They need to take that pentacle off. They need to make a commitment. See, it's about building a foundation. It could be someone who just wasn't ready. Someone who maybe felt they were, but they weren't. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's an energy of seeing the bigger picture. See, this is all about happiness, emotional fulfillment. This is someone looking at what makes them happy. Tell me about the Hanged Man here. This is two people probably checking each other out too. Yeah, this is someone who's taken a break. See, a much needed rest. time out. See, it's about clearing out. This person's pinned down by their thoughts they've been thinking. But it is about putting the shoe on the other foot, how someone else feels. This is insecurities. This is someone who needs to release something, because it is about coming in right, whether someone's right for someone. It has to do with harmony and being fair. Somebody wasn't being fair. And it is an energy of not committing. So they have to take off the pentacle. To me, it's somebody who's more protecting their heart than their money. Let's have a look at the Wheel of Fortune. See, it's all about strength and confidence, taming the beast within themselves. See, they lacked confidence. And it has to do with someone who doesn't commit, but it is about taking the pentacle off. It's someone who's keeping themselves stuck and single. Yeah. But it's also maybe why somebody keeps themselves stuck and single, because we have two people's opinions, two people's perspective, two people looking at each other, putting the shoe on the other foot. See, it has to do with laying a foundation. It has to do with stability. It's about the Wheel of Fortune. See, it has to do with luck, timing. Now we have the Four of Cups. So it is an energy of someone becoming self-aware. This is a person becoming self-aware by putting the shoe on the other foot, but now they're aware they missed a magical opportunity. It could be somebody who ignores someone, but it is about self-aware. They need to follow through. They need to build a foundation. This has to do with financial foundation, a home. This has to do with feeling safe and secure, someone who's stable. And it could be why something happened. So someone who's kind of been overindulging, maybe not taking care of themselves. But I do see changes, necessary changes being made. It is about committing, building a foundation. It's about coming in right. Tell me more about this person. This is someone who's loved someone for a long time. I think since they were young, but they weren't ready. It doesn't have to be young, but I kind of feel it's someone's younger self being aware. Yeah. And it could be someone checking someone out here. And it could be an energy of someone who's looking for somebody young. Yeah. See, there's opportunity, but still no one compares. See, comparing. And they've been procrastinating. Should I or shouldn't I? I do think there's insecurity. It's a little fear of being rejected. But it's about being aware of themselves, following through and building a foundation. It's what they're looking for is likely what someone else is, someone who's stable and reliable. See, long-term stability, being able to rely on someone to feel safe. A little codependent, yeah. See, they've learned something. See, this is someone who's a little skeptical, but this is someone who keeps all that in. They're actually coming across as emotionally unavailable because they keep everything in. They're set in their ways, and often it's someone being stubborn, refusing to budge and give in. So to me, it's somebody who keeps it all in and kind of holds a grudge, because it has to do with an offer, an opportunity here. Now, I don't know who's made it, but I'm seeing the King of Cups. See, it's all about harmony and being fair. So some of you definitely have a situation with someone. I wouldn't be surprised there's two people here, but I feel it's somebody who's taken a time out to heal. Necessary changes that need to be made to their life, their health, Yeah. Changes need to be made. See, it's about looking at the bigger picture, the future, happiness, emotion, fulfillment. This is someone who probably needed to be single, to learn to be single, to make themselves happy. So it's somebody who kind of was content here. See, they're content. And this is someone who doesn't want to make any changes. In fact, this is often someone who expects the other person to make all the changes. But this is about following through. See, keeping themselves stuck and single. See, they're learning something. And I wouldn't be surprised they're talking to people. Could be somebody giving them advice here too. But it's all about learning. See, curious, they're learning something. And it could be the other see, that's a fear of it's not a fear of commitment as much as building the foundation. It's about being stable, and it is about emotional stability. Tell me about this King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? See, they've learned something. They're becoming self-aware. Yeah, you see a painful period in someone's life's over, but this is also someone becoming aware, and I'll tell you what I see, because this is someone who's maybe been keeping themselves single, been single a long time, set in their ways, self-absorbed. Somebody here who's been kind of self-absorbed, it's all about me. So they've only had themselves to rely on. I mean, that's understandable. People who are single for a long time often focus on self. There's no one else around. So that's what I actually feel is going on. Yeah, but there is changes that need to be made. Yeah. This is often someone who goes with the flow. But it's about putting the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels. See, they're putting the shoe on the other foot. They're becoming self-aware. They've missed a beautiful opportunity because someone's offering them this. And that's what I feel. They maybe ignored it or rejected it. But for most of you, it's just somebody self-aware. See, making other people walk on glass. Because it is somebody who can be quite judgmental or come across as cold. But it's really more about what they're learning. See, they're learning. It's about long-term stability, somebody who follows through. So the other person is the other person, I feel their perspective is they don't feel this person's stable. Someone that can be relied on, someone who builds a foundation, because it is about long-term stability. See, this person's learned something. It has to do with being self-aware. And definitely there's a painful period in someone's life that's likely over. And it is someone going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes, because now they know something they didn't know before. See, being aware. But here's the energy is making the other person walk on glass, putting the shoe on the other foot, how they would feel if someone did what they did. Yeah, it's a being cold and maybe even judgmental, but it's somebody who definitely is set in their ways. They've been self-absorbed. They're being aware of it. And that the other person, I feel, is kind of getting bored. It's like someone's waiting for something, getting bored. Waiting for this person to follow through, to lay the foundation, how they would feel. See, making someone feel like they're walking on glass. This is why something happened here, why this happened. But they are going to rise like the phoenix. See, it's all about loyalty, faith, making a commitment. See, it has to do with an agreement. Two people making an agreement, the other person doesn't follow through. The other person's getting bored of this. See, and this is where putting the shoe on the other foot, someone who procrastinates. And I'm going to tell you, this person does have options and opportunities around them, but they're not interested in any of them. But it is self-awareness. Yeah, see, learning something, their habits, their patterns, the way they conduct themselves. It has to do with faith and loyalty. It's all about committing. I do think this is somebody who, it's about commitment. It's about following through, building a foundation, showing someone that they're committed, that they're loyal, faithful. But it's about being on the same page. See, two people just not on the same page. And there is an energy of, I don't know, it's almost like this person. See, lifestyle changes are necessary. And it's something that has to happen. So it's about learning, someone learning the hard way too. But it is an energy of a person who's learned. So I don't know what exactly they're learning, but it is about self-awareness, being aware, I feel, of what they project. And it is about being emotionally available, but to me it looks like someone who's now in this energy. But it has to do with long-term stability. It's an energy of this person, I feel, now sees what they didn't see. They weren't, I don't know. But that whatever it is they're learning, it has to do with stability, their habits, their lifestyle. See, they're set in their ways. They have their own way of doing things. I think this is somebody who's stubborn and often holds grudges. Tell me more about the King of Cups. There's something here I'm not getting. Yeah, see, it's somebody who longs for love. They want love. This is someone who's never let go of someone. They've loved someone a long time. But this is somebody who I feel has been alone for some time, and they're set in their ways. And I feel they project that onto, to me, I feel this, everything that they've learned, A painful period in their life is over, but it's somebody who makes somebody walk on glass because they don't follow through. See, they have an agreement with someone and then they don't follow through. The other person's bored. The other person's feeling rejected and ignored. How they would feel. See, now they're seeing clearly. It's all about putting the shoe on the other foot. See, it's all about perspective. And I don't know if it's someone talking to people, other people's opinions. Because the King of Swords is someone who usually can make their own decisions. They don't need to have someone to tell them, what to think and do. Because this is someone who's generally smart. But you can see, they see things clearly. So this is about clearing something out here. Habits, patterns, behaviors to be able to change their life. So I don't know if it's someone expecting someone to make all the changes. And they don't want to budge and give in. They don't want to cooperate or compromise. They expect the other person. So they're definitely seeing clarity, but what they're seeing is making them happy. Yeah. It's often someone who's not so happy on the inside, but it is an energy of a person who's overindulging, filling a void because of the lack. So now there's that energy of, this is someone who feels a bit like a fool, but it is an energy reflecting on everything that happened, how it played out. See, there's fantasizing, romanticizing, but this is someone who never really does anything about it. They keep it all in. So the whole point is why. I feel insecurities. I feel this is someone who has insecurities here, because all isn't what it seems. This is someone trying to figure something out. They need to figure out what it is they want. And they are looking at the facts. See, someone who looks at the facts. See, trying to be logical. So now this person feels like a fool. They've missed a magical opportunity. But it has to do with taking a leap of faith. It's time to go down a different path here. There's necessary lifestyle changes that need to be made. Tell me about the energy of the Fool. Yeah, see, this is about walking away, someone leaving something behind, but it's about why somebody walked away. Because they didn't follow through, they weren't reliable, the other person got bored. It's an energy of someone who loses interest, but what they're doing is ignoring someone when they don't follow through. If someone communicates, or you have an agreement, and someone never... See, there's no foundation. See, this is someone who knows there's no foundation. They need to build that foundation. So it has to do with walking away, but it's what somebody's seeking. See, we have a feminine waiting for someone to reciprocate. Waiting and waiting, right? Now this is someone who's opened other offers and opportunities, and now this person, I feel, realizes they've missed a beautiful opportunity. But see, they kept all their emotions to themselves. It's someone that doesn't even tell somebody often how they feel, but it's about love. It's about making choices in love. It's what they desire. See the bigger picture, happy home, happy life. But this is somebody kind of self-absorbed. Because they've been single for a while. They're set in their ways. See, they're seeing that now. And then we have this person who's emotionally available and open to receive. Yeah, but you can see there was an ending. See, it's something that didn't go anywhere. It's like it started and ended just as fast. Yeah, but every ending leads to a new beginning. I think this is somebody learning that this is somebody who probably has other options and opportunities, but definitely both people's perspective is no one that they're interested in. And it is, see, there's taking off the pentacle, cooperating, compromise. This is why something ended. They didn't want to cooperate or compromise. They wanted the other person to bend over backwards and please them. This is somebody who's probably done this. But this is about cooperation, compromise, compatibility, the things two people have in common. To me, it feels like meeting in the middle. See, it's about cooperating, compromising, two people who build each other up. The other person didn't want to cooperate or compromise, set in their ways. Yeah, see, not budging. It's just, see, they weren't budging. They weren't giving in, but yet they won't let go of this person. They love them for a long time. So it's either they're protecting for some of you, they're protecting their money. Others of you, they're protecting their heart. They keep things very close to their chest. So this tells me they're somebody very private. See, they keep it all in. This is somebody who often doesn't tell people everything about themselves, but I feel they're trusting their inner knowing. They already know the answers they're seeking. They're seeing clearly. See, their intuition. They didn't build a foundation. They don't follow through. They need to cooperate and compromise, because one thing I'll tell you, why someone walked away, this is someone who felt like they were walking on glass, bending over backwards to please somebody. And that's why they walked away. See, this is I feel the feminine walked away, and they're now open to others. But see why it didn't go anywhere. It started and ended just as fast, so they're getting clarity. But there is happiness, because now they see clearly, they know what to do, and they're going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. They need to build the foundation. This feminine is someone who's throwing their hands up in the air. They've given up and walked away. They're tired of walking on glass or bending over backwards to please someone. But it's interesting. It's both people's perspective. It's two people almost feeling the same, but it's all about cooperating and compromising. The Queen of Cups is generally someone who will sacrifice. Someone who can be very generous, but this is someone who's throwing their hand up in the air. See, they've given up. If somebody ignores someone, see, being ignored, this is someone who doesn't like being ignored. Yeah, and you can see this is about communication, things speeding up. This person needs to hurry up. It is about communicating too. See, ignoring someone, they reach out and communicate. The other person's waiting for them to talk, to communicate. It's somebody who's not listening. That's what I feel. See, this is a little bit of woulda, coulda. Somebody should have just told someone the truth, but they should have listened. Now they know. It's all about how someone communicates. See, it's about communication skills. It's a person who's been by themselves single. See, they're set in their ways. But it is someone I feel who's been talking to people. See, talking to people, options, opportunities, but they're not interested in anybody. See, there's no one like this person. Who is this Queen of Cups? I mean, this is a person who's open and available. See, it's why something ended and walked away, because the other person won't compromise. They're tired of bending over backwards to please. They're walking on glass. It's not safe. It's not long term. But look, there's a spark desire. This is someone finding someone attractive. There was desire. But it's someone who's open to someone new. I can see it. Now the other person needs to hurry up. See, temperance. Someone tempering their passions, being patient, tempering their emotions. But it has to do with taking a step back, feeling something. This is someone who feels something is off because they're emotionally unavailable. They're being cold, harsh, sharp, judgmental, whatever it may be. So they feel it's off. So now they're open to someone new. This person knows they need to hurry up. Yeah. And this is someone who's been holding on to this for a very long time. They don't want to let go. They're not letting go. But it has to do with their lifestyle, the way they live their day-to-day life. They expect the other person to sacrifice everything. And it's not just, to me, it looks like a little self-sabotage because of their own insecurities. Tell me more about temperance. See, weighing the pros and the cons. The feminine's doing the same thing. So there is some mirroring here. See, should I or shouldn't I? And this is someone feeling something is off, like, no, I don't know if this is something that's been on and off, but to me it's comparing one to the other. Nothing compares. They find this person attractive. There is desire. But this is a person who is tired of walking on glass. Now, this could be a King of Swords who, their perspective, what they've been through, their experiences. See, feeling the same way. I feel there's energy of physical intimacy. Emotional intimacy. Yeah. But it has to do with this feminine here. Should I or shouldn't I? And comparing one to the other. See, nothing compares either. but yet nobody's budging or moving. This is someone who definitely getting ready to go down another path. If this person comes in, they have to be the one to make changes. See, it's a person who comes in to start something, but then they expect the other person to change their whole life or change everything for them. Yeah. I don't know if this is someone who will ever change, but I do feel there's an energy of what this person's learning about compromising, compatibility, things two people have in common. And it is about communication skills, how two people communicate when someone ignores someone. See, look at someone who's loved somebody for a long time, see, holding a torch. And I do think this feminine is very much aware of this. This is someone always open to talk, to communicate. But like I say, it's almost like all this procrastination, this should I or shouldn't I? You know, this is both people thinking of reaching out. And I'm going to tell you, it is about gaining momentum and making a move. This person's been, you know, just kind of sitting there not doing anything, refusing to budge. Six of Cups is all about past. It's all about someone who longs for love. They're holding a torch. Yeah, someone who could be holding a torch for someone else. Ooh, this is interesting. It's funny because I kind of felt that here. It says, why is this not coming together? But it is an energy of, I feel, a feminine being emotionally open and available. Now, this could be another person coming and comparing this person to someone else. One may be more attractive, charming, more outgoing. If you are that feminine, I wouldn't be surprised you got two people holding a torch for you. But some of you are holding a torch for someone else. Yeah, I feel that too. But yet it's that comparing. One's very charming. See, this person focuses on the wand, the physical, where the other person focuses on that emotional. See, it's someone getting their emotional needs met. It could be just this person's energy. And I do see some Scorpio. So often with Scorpio, King of Wands, and it's just an energy of change, internal change, someone who needs to change. It can be someone who's kind of domineering, you know, they want to be the boss. And that's likely what's happening. But it has to do with someone who needs to change, or the other person's definitely walking away. I feel someone already has, but the tables are turning. I still feel this, some of you, not all of you, are holding a torch for someone else and someone's holding a torch for you. Or you got two people holding a torch. And I do see someone in this energy have been there, done that. That's why they're walking away. How many times is someone going to ignore me and reject me? See, this, some of you have dealt with something on and off. And it's now time to walk away. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a masculine, but take it as it resonates. But this is about endings. This is internal. And it's somebody here definitely feeling happy because they're releasing. They see things clearly. But now, I wouldn't be surprised some of you have someone new coming in. And I do think it is about comparing one to the other. See, the feminine. But it's why somebody walked away. They were walking on glass around someone who was cold. It's an energy of, see, it feels like home. See, something didn't feel like home. It's about being comfortable, feeling safe. It does have to do with someone's financial situation too. But this is about holding a torch, longing for love. It's someone looking back, reminiscing how a situation played out, why someone walked away, and why they're open to someone new. And there is someone new, I feel, for some of you. Some of you it's new, but some of you got two people holding a torch, because this is really about clarity, starting something. The other person's open to new. They're not going to start it because they've already been rejected and ignored. So it's time to stop procrastinating and lay the foundation for whoever this is. There's definitely an energy of two. Yeah. And it could be this person's energy, feeling more bold and confident, letting go of insecurities. And it could be that for some. But I really feel this is about two people holding a torch. And we have a feminine. Yeah, we got a feminine making a decision. This is someone who has to make a decision, comparing one to the other. This is somebody who, whatever it is that happened, they don't want to walk on glass. This is someone who's not going to be around somebody where they have to bend over backwards to please them, to walk on glass, or then they get ignored. It sort of feels like somebody punishing someone, right? So this is somebody who, what they've experienced, see, putting the shoe on the other foot, they are doing it because they're emotionally mature. Putting the shoe on the foot, how the other person feels. So this is a person who's going to make a decision, the feminine. There's a lot of thinking about the future. It's about long-term stability, a partner. This is someone who wants a partner. They want someone who wants to do things, someone who wants to get together. So, yeah. Because it's all about Three of Pentacles, cooperating, compromise, doing things together. Some of you have dealt with someone who never wanted to do anything. You got maybe nothing in common, but I just feel someone's holding a torch. They're set in their ways. They refuse to budge. They expect the other person to indulge them, please them. They like to be in control. Okay, so this is somebody here just kind of looking into the future, getting ready to make a decision. Yeah, Queen of Swords. See, it's about connecting. It has to do with being able to communicate. See, emotional. Yeah, see, this is two people. Swords are up because of the things they've experienced. But it's about talking and connecting, seeing eye to eye, being on the same page. This is about long-term stability, a real connection. This is somebody who wants their best friend. They don't want to be walking on glass around someone who refuses to budge and give in. Yeah, so it's an emperor. So this is an emperor coming in. This is someone who wants the same thing, what they're looking for. So I'm going to be honest, some of you are moving on from this person who's maybe kept you stuck and single. It's been on and off. And others of you, it has to do with this person who's loved you a long time. And I do think this is someone who has been holding a torch. In fact, some of you too. But one of these is an emperor. One of these doesn't compare to the other. Because there is a person I do feel is really stubborn. They hold grudges. If they don't get what they want from someone, they feel like they need to ignore them and punish them. So it's kind of not a very healthy... nobody should punish anybody by withholding affection. Put it that way. An emperor is someone who knows what they want. So it has to do with someone leveling up, taking the lead. Because this is someone about to make a decision. This is two people, a decision, applying lessons learned, the things you've experienced. But the emperor is somebody who already knows what they want and they're going for it. See, it's a person who prepared themselves. They prepared themselves before they came in. Because they know what they want. Yeah, see the emperor and the empress. So this is, now, some of you, I don't really see anything about alignment. But I can definitely see comparing one to the other, nothing compares. Both people are doing it, and you're both, the things that you've experienced, you're applying to this situation. If someone ignores you and rejects you and pushes you away, or they punish you emotionally because you won't bend over backwards to please them, that's the energy of an issue. Because to me, it looks like we got a person who expects somebody else to do all the compromising. Especially if it comes to moving in together, building a foundation, relocation, whatever it may be. This is someone open to receive, to talk, to communicate. This is someone kind, compassionate, forgiving. It's an energy of two people who are supposed to love each other. So there is two King of Cups here. Someone who's just right. One of these people just isn't right because they have that withholding emotion, being stubborn and set in their ways. Yeah. See, and that's why I feel one of these people will never change. The other person is someone who will make the necessary changes, but it's two people going to do it together and compromise with each other to make it work. See, long-term stability, partnership. It's what two people want. So take it as it resonates. I certainly hope this is something that works out in your favor, but always look at that energy of someone who punishes somebody by ignoring them when they come in and offer the pentacle. See, this is one of you got a person who probably has rejected you, or they just ignore you. They expect you to sit there and, and wait for them until they're ready. Yeah. Yeah. There's better opportunities, and that's what I feel. In fact, this person might decide to just move on their own and let go and take another opportunity, because this Empress, the Emperor and the Empress, are two people who are very much in alignment here. Yeah, one more. Yeah, see, Queen of Pentacles, someone who wants to feel safe. They want someone stable. They want a partner. This is about walking on glass. Somebody makes somebody uncomfortable, right? They've made them uncomfortable. They don't feel safe with this person. And it's not like there's anything really horrible I can see wrong with them, but they are someone who often withholds affection as a punishment and ignores someone. So don't ignore the signs and singles. Don't miss this opportunity. Someone has missed an opportunity because we have an Emperor coming in with this Empress. Yeah, King and Queen of Pentacles, the couple that work together, play together, stay together. They support each other and lift each other up. So there it is. Choices to be made. Take care. Bye for now.